All right, David, let's hear it.
I'm not doing this.
Go ahead.
Alright, a research paper is a piece of writing where the writer analyzes and obtains information on a topic or subject. In a research paper, you take the information you gathered and summarize it. A research paper is a piece of writing which is used to inform its readers, allowing them to read the paper and fully understand the subject at hand.
You guys like that?
I got it.
Let's hear it. Quiet, guys.
A research paper is a written work in which you find facts about a certain subject and combine them all into one paper. Research can mean anything from reading a book and jotting down certain facts and ideas. It can also mean logging into a computer and gathering information pertaining to a certain subject, researching on Google, etc.
All right.
What's the
Now, what's the purpose? All right. Now, what's the purpose of a research paper? Okay.
To learn new stuff.
So, you write it to learn new stuff?
You write it to, why do you write it? You write it to let somebody else know the stuff you learned about, like send them a message.
Okay. What do you have to say? Yeah, what do you say?
I feel that the purpose of writing a research paper is that so you can inform not only yourself but readers of the facts of the information that you gather.
Okay. Yes?
Oh, okay. I put there two main purposes of writing a research paper. One is to educate yourself and others on your topic, and two, to learn how to gather data and put it together in your own writing.
Gather data and put it in your own writing. Okay. Anybody else? Yes?
The purpose of writing a research paper is because,
Other than the teacher assigned it. Yeah.
if it's some stuff may sound better from a student to student as opposed to teacher to student, and but when you know a student writes a research paper, it's something like you can relate to.
Oh, so making information more accessible to your peers.
More appealing.
And more appealing. How would you make it more appealing? Can you give us an example?
If I talk about school rules, if I'm popular at school, maybe me saying that you should follow the rules would sound more appealing than a teacher saying it.
You can make a more compelling case for something. You know, excuse me, it's interesting that, you know, this idea of the research paper tends to be, all right, you get a topic, and then you do a bunch of research, you find out a bunch of stuff, and then you have the challenge of repeating it back in a way that's not plagiarism, right? Isn't that the big challenge?
Yeah.
And it's hard because a lot of times the sources are pretty well written. So what are you going to do? Can you improve on it, or are you going to just write it not as well so that everyone knows you wrote it? I mean, it feels like, in a way, it seems self-defeating. It doesn't. All right, but that's kind of what you get trapped into as a student. Now, do you think people getting their PhD do research papers that way?
No.
What do you think is different? Or even undergraduate in college, what do you think they do when they do a research paper? Yes?
Do they make their own information?
They what?
They make their own information through research? Or make their own information?
They create, okay. They create the research in a way, don't they? How do they create the research?
Through trial and
Well, through experiments, studies. In other words, they conduct the actual research and then they report on it, right?
yeah.
But you know, that's not all they do, because let's say you were doing your research on asteroids or something. before you began your research, you would find out everything that's been done similar. You wouldn't want to repeat somebody else's research. You're going to base yours on what's already been done. So you're also going to include in your paper other people's research. But you're doing it for a reason. You have a purpose. And this is why I asked you this question. What is the purpose? Because purpose, without a purpose, it's kind of hard. I'm going to make that big. Without a purpose, it's hard to write something interesting if there's no objective to it. If it's really just to string together a bunch of stuff that's already there. You know, if I could find out just as much about the subject by doing an internet search, then what have we accomplished by writing that research paper?
Nothing
Right.
really.
So, you know, what you want to be able to do is say something new. And you don't have to do a study and you don't have to do an experiment to say something new. You just have to know enough and you have to have an objective, a reason for doing the research. Now, the assignment that you did, that I gave you on Tuesday, that's a research paper, right? Can you explain why? Because it didn't feel like a research paper, right? In what ways is it a research paper? Yeah.
Because of the sources that you're referring to, you state your point and then you back it up with information as in quotes from the sources you're given, and that is research.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a research paper. You didn't do the research in this particular case. The research was done for you, but you're in a sense writing a research paper because you're doing what you would do had you been given that topic. If I just gave you that topic and said go find your own research, you probably wouldn't find the exact same sources, but you would have to find something on which to base your argument, right? That's a research paper. You have an objective. In this case, what was the objective? Well,
Evaluate.
Technologies in school.
evaluate, right, how, what,
Technology.
exactly. And so you need to do research before you can, you know. I had a college professor who I became friends with later, and you know, we would just be talking about stuff. We would just be talking about, and she would always, well, have you done the research? Always her question, as her first question, did you do the research? Are you just saying that? Are you just believing that because you just believe it, or have you done the research? Whether you're writing a paper, whether you're forming an opinion, everything should be research-based. That's how you become a college student. That's how you become a professional. Everything is research-based. So many people base their opinions and even their actions on, ignorance, on something they don't know because they haven't bothered to find out. Do the research. If you're going to buy a car, do you just go by the commercials? Well, not if you work hard for your money, I hope. You do a little research, right? You find out, is this car gonna last? Is this car, yes?
You tell them to show you the Carfax.
If you're buying a used car, that's research. Who's owned this car before? It's part of, be informed. You don't want to find out that you paid too much, you overpaid, you got a car that's not worth it. That's research. The same thing is true when you write a paper. Any paper, people think of a persuasive paper as I just write my opinion. But of course, a good research paper, a good opinion paper, a good persuasive paper, what?
Gives evidence.
It's got evidence, and evidence requires research, yes?
And you show why somebody would pick the opposing side as well.
Yeah, and research helps you there too. Sometimes doing the research changes your opinion too. But if nothing else, it informs your opinion. It makes your opinion stronger. All right. Can you get those out to that side? So we're gonna, in this assignment, we're going to actually take both points of view. We're going to do the research and we're going to do the writing. We're going to do the research and the writing. Take a read. Just read down to where it says the end is near. No, wait, it's not. Don't read past there. Any questions? Yes. Gouging? I'm sorry, gauging.
Yeah, I was like,
It is spelled. Gauge means to determine something. So determining the reliability of prognostications means decide. Yes?
determining how true the predictions are.
Or how likely they are to be true. Yeah. Prediction. You can only tell how true they are in retrospect. But if you're going to deal with whether you should rely on them, you have to do that before they happen. So, yeah. Did you hear, by the way, about the earthquake? That's actually not a prediction thing, but there's now a sensor that's so fast that they can actually, when an earthquake happens, they can give you up to 30 minutes warning, just based on where the center is, and by the time it reaches you. So that's kind of not fair, though. It's not really a prediction exactly. They know the Earth's already shook. They don't know how bad it's going to be where you are, but they can warn you.
Here in California?
Yeah, Caltech. They're on it. All right. But the weather, unfortunately, we don't have that. With the weather, they know there's a storm, 100 miles away. They don't know where the wind's going to blow it. So they tell us it's going to rain. And sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. as you'll see when you read these. All right, do you understand the assignment? So your synthesis assignment is due next Thursday. What do I mean by yours?
The one that you're gonna
The one you're going to create. Yes, you're going to create one, and then someone else in this class is going to have to write it. So be nice. You are going to create an assignment that someone else is going to write. A paper. So you're in a sense going to collaborate on research. That's what academics do. I do the research, and you write it. Or you do the research and I write it, and then you proof it, and then we work together. So you're going to create a research assignment, and you're going to go out and find the sources, and you're going to provide them.
Can I just cite it?
Sorry?
Can I just cite it? Like, do I have to?
You're going to make them get on the computer, and no, you print it out for them. Make it easy.
Oh.
I don't want any disputes. I don't want somebody to say, I couldn't do it because I went and the page wasn't there on the internet. No.
I know how to send it.
No, just print it out. You can print it out on my paper.
Okay, I will. Alright, cool.
Just like you do Dr. Williams' stuff, I do my stuff. Go into her. All right, any questions about that? About how you're going to do that? Yeah.
Can it be any topic?
Any topic, just keep it clean.
Sports?
Well, you have to have a prompt. Excuse me, one at a time. You have to have a prompt, so that's your purpose. Yes, Malik?
Sports?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Yes?
I'm not right yet, though.
Yeah, use one of the, you could use one of the prompts similar to what we use. Evaluate how somebody should make a decision, or defend or challenge, or take a position on. Yes?
You said we can use something that we've used before, like a topic that you've given us before. It was in the 10th grade that we used. It was about how NBA and NFL players go broke
go
after
bankrupt after so many years of work.
Like, I would turn it into like a, can it be turned into?
Do something new.
Okay.
I mean, so you can do something
I'm not
related.
switch it up.
You can do something related,
Yeah, like,
but don't do that exact thing. Try
yeah, I want to do
to
the exact. I just,
Yes.
Can I do like,
One at a time, please.
how the referees in the NBA should protect the players?
Okay. I'm glad he's bringing this up. We can use this as an example. He's thinking about, in professional basketball, the issue of referees' responsibility to protect players from injury, and how they make decisions about how to call fouls, how to fine play. Well, they don't fine them, but they'll call certain fouls. I would say let's be broader about it. Yeah, take on sports in general, and the issue of keeping the game exciting versus protecting the players. I mean, the truth is, football is a much more, in a way, at least equally, if not more interesting example of that, because players can get much more seriously injured, but what sells tickets is those hard hits. Yes?
can we talk about the NFL one where like how Roger Goodell wants to fine players if they do hit too hard, like if it is like a really like hard hit?
Yeah, absolutely. But come up with a prompt that is not specific just to that. Well, no, that's not true. You could narrow it. You can narrow it down. You just have to have multiple
Like,
examples
shouldn't you
in
like
your
an
research.
argument saying, but that's like taken away from the excitement of the NFL and like players can't like actually do their job if they
Right, but don't. Okay, just be careful as you're doing your research that you don't necessarily draw conclusions. Make it so that the writer could choose either side. Provide them with research data, with excerpts from articles or articles that could support either side. Find the research. Do the research.
Oh, I got
Yes.
one more. To me? Oh yeah, but how many sources would you consider?
What did it say?
What's
3.
It says 3.
Oh,
You're not limited to 3. That's the minimum. The maximum, there is no maximum, but I'm only going to require that the person writing your paper uses 3. So you could give them more. I would just give them choices. But, you know, I don't wanna be unfair and burden one person versus another, but if you wanna provide more, that's fine. Yes?
When you, like, on your sources, like, say I do 3 sources, should I have one that is for
Yes.
and one that's neutral?
You could do it that way, or you can do, sometimes sources can go either way. I don't know if you've noticed that in the ones you've done, but very often a research source could be interpreted to support either side. And again, it doesn't have to be taking a position essay either. It could be an essay about how people should make decisions. For example, how should professional sports leagues make decisions about protecting players versus keeping their game exciting, keeping their sport exciting and competitive. Yeah.
Can we use like, you know how you've given us essays to read and write about? Can we use some of those references instead?
Can you use
As
can you use something that we've already read as one of your sources? Okay, I'll let you use it as one, so you don't just take a collection of those. Okay, I'll allow that. Any other requests or questions? Yes.
So it's 3 to 4 people in one group? Or 3 to 4 people in one group?
Oh, we're talking about,
We're on the first one.
okay, I'm actually gonna put you in the groups. Yeah, so now today, so the synthesis assignment that we just discussed is due Thursday. What's due Tuesday is you're actually gonna do the sample that I provided you with, which is one I did. I made it up.
I like it.
I got an A too, yes?
No instruction.
Yes, question? All right, ready? I'm gonna tell you who you're working with. Yeah.
So the one that is Thursday is by yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, this actually, all you're gonna do is start it together, you're still gonna finish it by yourself, yeah. Yes, Yes, sir.
So the people in your group, those are the people who are gonna do the
No.
essays that you're?
no.
That's different assignments.
No, just for today. For today, you're gonna respond to, sorry about the Spanish there, I got silly last period. In your groups, you're going to, in the groups, you're gonna read through the sample assignment. There's a sample of this assignment. You're gonna read through it and you're actually gonna begin working on that problem. Okay? So the assignment we just discussed, you start that when you get home, it's due in a week. The one you're gonna do together, you're gonna read this together, you're gonna work on a structure, on an outline together, and a first paragraph together, and then you're gonna finish it. Yes?
So the simplest one, so you come up with the topic, you do the research, and then you give the topic to someone else?
Yeah, we'll do a little match-up thing on Thursday.
Okay.
Maybe you'll find somebody who actually wants to do your essay, or we'll do a little match-up thing.
I'm not doing my essay.
No, you're not gonna get to write it. Somebody else is gonna get to
I'll
write
try to
it.
make it
So
appealing
we just
to me.
resources?
Yeah.
But I'm not even gonna write it.
Yeah, I was
You're creating the assignment, and somebody else is doing it.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's. Now, all right, let me tell you who you're working with. All right, Shaquana, you're with Jenny and Adrian.
Oh, man.
Justin, you're with Vicky and Olive. Raven, you're with Alexandra and Marquise. Esmeralda, you're with Billy and Sharmani. Zulema, you're with Dabrion and Elizabeth. Jocelyn, you're with Jocelyn and Jocelyn. I just wanted to say that. Yeah, you guys, I put all you. I've never had I'm out of class with 3 Malik. Elizabeth, does everybody not know the 3 Jocelyn's? Would you raise your hand?
Oh, I wasn't aware before you said.
She's gonna raise her.
Marquise is not one of the Jocelyn's.
I thought it was.
I forgot who
Elizabeth, you'll be working with Marco and Lillian. Maria with Olive. Wait a minute, did I put you? Oh, Olive. Too bad. Olive, you just have to work with two. No.
Two assignments.
There's 2 holidays.
I left somebody out, so when I get what?
You left
Malik.
You left Vanessa.
Malik.
And Malik.
She's not.
I got Melissa. I got Vanessa. When I get to the end, if I left you out, you'll tell me, okay? And then I'll. So anyway, Maria, you're with Viviana. Myrna, Chidima, Hien. Is that funny? What's that funny? Julie with Sanders and Ashley. No. Oh, look, I got Vanessa again. No. Did I? No. Malik, Vanessa, Milanay, Jezreel. And Milton, Kimberly, Danya. I mean Diana. I wrote Diana and then I thought, oh, I spelled it wrong. Who did I leave out? Lemus?
Can you say my group again?
You in the group before. You,
What?
Elena, Vanessa.
Yeah.
Him.
So, yeah. So you're with Maria and that's it? I
Can
just
you
left
say my
Lemus.
group?
What?
My group is real.
Alright, find your groups and get to work.
Elizabeth, you in my group? Oh, I got it. Get up on our seat.
Are we doing the research together?
The one thing is, Zulema. Elizabeth. Hey, you can't sit there. Scoot over. Thank you. Elizabeth.
Do whatever you want.
Elizabeth.
Access to
I'll stay here.
Put the chair on.
you want to
It's a research assignment.
Yeah. We all make an outline.
No, you do it together. Well, you probably should each do it because you're gonna write the whole essay for yourself. You're gonna start it together.
So what are we reading right now?
So we
Starting here. Well, you read the assignment.
So we outline our opening paragraph.
Outline the whole thing, write the opening paragraph. Well, you could probably predict I was going to do that.
Don't write on it. So starting from day 3 out and out. Read the foundation. Evaluate the things that a person can think about when it has to come with addiction.
It sounds like money, but if you put
Look at it. When we basically write an essay to tell us about it. Also, when you hear of addiction, you should always believe it, right? That's still central. It's not saying don't believe it, it's not saying believe it.
I know, I do. Well, that's what I'm doing.
So, it's not like you should understand the topic at hand. Understand the topic at hand.
How we doing? How we doing? We got a paragraph? Yeah, you need an outline. An outline is simple. An outline is simple. Without an outline, what are you going to do? Right? Yes.
What do you mean by keeping the argument central? When you
The argument central means you're not summarizing the sources. You're not writing about the sources. The central. What is central to your paper is your argument. That these are the things you need to consider when deciding whether to believe or not believe. That's what you're writing about. The sources are used as support. Support. They are not. There's no side. You're talking about factors. These are factors to decide whether or not to believe something. You've got the data you have is not the data you have is clearly about sometimes the rightness or wrongness of predictions and the likelihood. There's no side to it. What side would you be taking? No, how do you should decide whether. Well, obviously, we know not to believe these. Right?
Basically telling people how they should.
Exactly, and we know, and this is data about how often they're exactly. Well, that's what they're saying. They tend to be wrong more than they're right. But how do you decide? See, ignorance, there's two kinds of ignorance. There's two kinds of ignorance. Believing everything and believing nothing. You're in the same boat, aren't you? What? Well, either being gullible or overly skeptical, you end up in the same position, which is you don't know anything. You can't predict anything. You have to have a mechanism to decide what to believe or not. All right.
That's picking a side. That's picking a side. That's not really, it's relative to not.
Because when you're ignorant, you don't know.
That's relative to what he said about me.
You could write the same one, or you can't agree on it.
Ignorance is strength. I like that. You like that? Like, I'm not going to.
I'm just saying so.
I'm not going to write the actual structure. I just write.
Okay, fine.
Has everybody got an outline of some kind? Some form or other?
There are two types of people. Those who are
Listen, everybody. I want you guys to share your outline. So, is anybody a pretty good typist? Did you type, Adrian?
I could.
Yeah, we're gonna. So we're gonna. So let's Beth, read us your outline. Did you come? Huh? You didn't get that far?
No, we actually came together.
What are the okay? But that's it. I guess maybe I'm assuming that the factors are the outline. What are your factors?
How valid their argument is, and how accurate it is, their evidence to prove their argument.
Okay, hold on. Okay, how valid their argument is. The next one.
How accurate it is.
How accurate, or it is, or it's been.
It's been.
You can't. Their past record of accuracy, right? Because you can't know how accurate a prediction is going to be until after the outcome.
And then evidence to prove it.
Okay. All right. Is there any evidence to support the prediction? Okay. Yes.
We did.
Wait. They're not done yet. Yes.
Expertise. How
Okay.
their knowledge.
Expertise and knowledge of the predictors.
yes.
That's a question. And then statistics, put that with evidence. Next to evidence, just put statistics, because that's, no, after the question. Oh, yeah, no, it's fine, let's slash it. All right, Sharmani? Quiet, please.
How often are the predictions given actually like?
Oh, hold on a second, I'm sorry. Yeah, don't misquote Lisbeth. Statistics. It'll fix it. S-T, after, after the I is an S. That's what you got. S, after the I. After the I is an S. Type S. You should have had
Should have the spelling bee champion.
Oh yeah.
Sixth grade.
All right, Sharmani, tell us your